Okay, let's get into some Pega studying there, folks. Uh, Sorry for the late arrival for those of you that are watching this on Twitch. For those of you watching on YouTube, obviously you're not missing much, but yeah, I'm coming in. I'm starting up late, so apologies on that. Which means this video is going to be shorter than all the rest, so bear that in mind. Um, I'm probably just going to go through the topic of automation shapes and end on that. We're not going to be able to get to the module, unless of course I get through it really quickly, which I mean it's quite possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but just based off of my previous um, sessions videos on this, um, it's not um, it just probably won't happen. So um, okay, so just to let everybody know, okay, so I'm gonna go through my normal beginning for anybody that's coming into this for the first time. Um, for if you're watching this on YouTube, you can feel free to skip ahead. For those of you that are watching on Twitch right at this moment in time, I apologize, but um, I just want to continue the same message that I've said in previous videos, which is this is not endorsed by Pega. Um, so don't consider me like getting some kind of payment from them or anything along those lines, okay? First and foremost. Second, um, do not consider me a trainer of Pega. I'm I'm current, myself. I'm currently working towards, learning everything all over again so that I can get the system architect certification and maybe even the business certification, business architect certification. Seeing that they're not that dissimilar from each other. Um, so I might try for both. I mean, might as well, right? But um, if you come up here to training, you have the authorized training partners. That's not me. Don't consider me as such. Okay. I'm learning I'm learning Pega just as much as anybody else that's new to Pega is doing. So just bear that in mind. Okay. I'm working towards my certifications. If you want to, you're welcome to go and pay for the instructor-led training that they have. Um, I saw the prices myself and thought that it's kind of outside of my, um, it's beyond what I can afford. But one would hope that the training that you get there will allow for you to quickly learn Pega as quickly as you can, and they'll be able to, you know, inspire you to ask questions and get answers from them directly. My particular trainer at the business that I worked at wasn't that great on that. So, um, me and a good majority of my batchmates took it upon ourselves to do self-study because we weren't really learning anything from the trainer whatsoever. Um, so one would hope that, if you do the instructor-led training that, they actually give a damn about, who their instructors are and how they go about, training. One would hope, you know. I don't have any personal experience with it, so I can only speculate. So, um, I would hope that these videos would reach the attention of someone that works for Pega or maybe some Pega professionals so they can answer my questions that I have that I come up about in on some of these modules. I find situations where I'm not 100% sure about what is going on in that particular module, and therefore I can't provide the best quality there. I guess you might say. Um, it could be the fault of the module itself, the topic itself, that doesn't um, clarify the reading better, you know, or it could be my own occasional stupidity, you know, I can't, you know, or it could be both. You never know. Um, or maybe they just completely missed the mark or something like that. Maybe it was a complete bad writing of it that even the person writing the topic didn't even know what the heck they were saying. If that's the case, yikes. Um, but yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, so feel free to leave any kind of comments or suggestions or anything along those lines in on the YouTube channel, or if you're watching me currently on Twitch and you have questions, feel free to ask there, or maybe if you are able to answer my questions, you're welcome to put the message in my Twitch chat as well. I welcome all um, advice and clarification on the topics that I read because believe me, there are times where I might need it. So, all right, let's get into automation shapes, shall we? All right, so we got ourselves quite a bit here to look at. As you can see, there's a full-on table here that you're going to need to kind of learn as much as you can. There's a lot here, but okay. Automation shapes. Certain steps, such as collecting identifying information from a customer, requires user action, while other steps can be performed automatically by the system, such as sending a confirmation email to a customer. Pega platform provides automations to perform specific actions automatically. For example, you can use automations to send an email to a job candidate to extend them a job offer and provide the candidate with an offer letter or in PDF format. Leveraging automations saves development time and enables you to design business processes more efficiently. Automations provide flexibility because each automation has unique parameters that you can configure based on your business requirements. Additionally, utilizing automations produces possible human error by reducing the amount of human interaction, which is good. Um, but at the same time, um, don't don't feel like it's always perfect either. Make sure that you have a little bit of like an oversight on it because if you send the wrong information through the automation, then you could potentially be causing more problems than solving them. So, um, so you should always have at least some amount of backup if you can. You know, consider a scenario of an online bookseller. Once a customer places an order, the company needs to send an email with an invoice summary. In the following image, click the plus icons to understand how to configure a process with automations to achieve the desired behavior in an online bookseller example. So, first one is review details. Um, Review details view displays the purchase books with the cost breakdown. Create PDF automation generates a screenshot of the review details view as a PDF file. Send email. Send email automation sends an email to the customer with the generated PDF attached. Obviously, you'd want to have, the create PDF before you send off that email. Right? One would hope. In the case lifecycle, click Step, More, and Automations to add an automation. In the process modeler, click Add and Automations to add an automation. They don't really show the toolbar to really show the add and automations. They probably should, my personal opinion, but whatever. All right, automation shapes. Pega platform provides a wide variety of automation shapes that a developer can use to achieve business requirements. Automation shapes in a flow represent a task that a user or application completes as part of a business process. The following table describes all automation shapes available in App Studio. So, attach content attaches a file, URL, or a note to a case. Change to a stage. Change to a specific stage of a case. Change to next stage. Change to the next stage of a case automatically. So if you want to bypass some steps, you can use that. Create case. Creates one or more cases from the current case. So if, say, you have two case life cycles, right? And you're like the insurance agent or something along those lines, or maybe you're a police officer at a sign of an accident or something like that, and you need to file all the reports about the vehicles in the crash. Well, maybe you have like a specific case type that you can do to basically collect all the information for that one particular vehicle, for example, and send that off. You create another case to collect the next vehicle. So you can create like multiple different cases for one particular instance. So create PDF creates a PDF file from the specified section and attaches it to the case. And you can modify the data contained in the PDF too. So generate document generates a document from a Word form and template and attaches it to the case. One would wonder if you'd be able to, do something other than a Word template. Like maybe you want to do a WordPerfect template. Maybe you're part of an organization that handles legal documents. And from what I understand, WordPerfect has been like the typical standard for legal documents nowadays. Wasn't always the case. WordPerfect um, um, used to be in competition with Word, but Microsoft being the way it was, said, "Hey, um, if you get our operating system, we'll give you Word for free." Which obviously, was their underhanded way of saying, "Hey, we're the best, Word document processor out there because, um, you know, uh, you know, even though uh, there might be better applications out there. Just how they went about doing things, right? You know, same with Internet Explorer. But I mean, some people wised up to that. Unfortunately, some companies, such as the one that handles WordPerfect, they couldn't they couldn't compete with the fact that Microsoft was already pretty vast at that point in time and was basically saying, here's our product for free to a lot of people. So you know, so yeah. But they're still out there. You know, they're still going, from what I understand. So good for them. Persist case converts a temporary case to a permanent object in the database. Um, Post a pulse creates a message and sends it to the pulse social stream. I'm not quite sure what that is, but you know, apparently it's something useful. I don't know. Push notification sends a notification to an iOS or Android mobile device to indicate that a case requires user action. Run data transform runs a data transform. Okay. Send email. Send formatted emails to customer recipients. Send notification. Sends a notification to recipients over multiple channels. Update a case. Updates the current case or all child cases and descendants. Search duplicate cases. Automatically searches for duplicate cases using set conditions. Wait. Pauses a case until a specified condition is fulfilled, such as timer or case status. Questionnaire. Ask the user to complete a questionnaire. To learn more about flow shapes, see flow shapes. Okay. Send email automation use case. The send email automation helps to send automated email correspondence to all relevant parties. For example, consider an online shopping website. You can use the send email automation to send an email to the customer informing them about new offers without any user interaction. You can configure how your application determines the recipient and compose the email content. The Create PDF automation helps to create and attach a screenshot of a view to a case in the PDF format. The view in use must exist before configuring the automation. During execution, the views is rendered and the screen is captured and converted to a PDF file. For example, consider a customer who fills out an application for a travel visa. Customer is presented with a series of views to enter their personal information, travel history, the reason for the upcoming visit, and a summary view to review their selections before submitting the visa application. After submitting the application, the customer receives a PDF screenshot of the summary view of their visa application. For more information about the capabilities and limitations of the Create PDF automation, see attaching screen captures to a case. Run data transform automation use case. The run data transform automation helps to run the selected data transform rule at runtime. For example, consider a checkout process of a purchasing application. The customer provides a shipping address is prompted for the billing address. If the shipping address is the same as the billing address, it is efficient to use a data transform to copy the shipping address to the billing address rather than have the customer re-enter the same address. To learn more about data transforms, see data transforms. Check your knowledge with the following interaction. Drag each automation shape to the description that would best automate the scenario. Alright, so um, we, in a hiring application, skip the second round of technical interviews. Change to the next stage. In a loan recovery application, send notification about outstanding installments. Not sure about that one. In a purchase order application, send an invoice with items cost breakdown. That could also be send email. In a loan processing application, a new loan application creates a verification case. So we want create case there. Okay, so in a purchase order application, send an invoice with items cost breakdown. So, I mean, an invoice would most likely be create PDF. But here's the thing, they said send. So, I mean, you could also consider that being part of the email, but here you see, send notification, which is typically handled more by send email versus the create PDF. So there you go. Okay. I mean, we got through that, fairly quickly actually. Let's see how long the module quiz is. We got about 15 minutes. Oh, okay. We only got 3 questions. Then this shouldn't be that bad then. Okay, which of the following statements is true about automation shapes? Can be used to create views? No, I don't think so. Automation shape can be used to change the stage of a case. Yes. An automation shape can be used to configure the service level agreements for a case type. Nope. Automation shape can be used to delete a case. Nope. So it has to be change the stage. So that's good. U Plus Bank offers new mortgage loans to eligible customers. Bank creates a loan request form to collect their loan requests and decides not to consider the loan request if a customer already applied for a loan. To achieve the business use case, which of the following automation shapes is best suitable? So you want to search for duplicate cases. So not only are you, checking to collect loan requests, but decides not to consider the loan at request if the customer had already applied for the loan. So that should be under the search duplicate cases. I mean, you could consider create case for the first part of this, but the second half you can't really work with create case. Same with persist case. Persist case is more, after the case has been created, so that doesn't really work for the first half of this. So, and send email is just right out. Don't even consider that. So it should be search duplicate cases, which it is. I mean, technically you could try to, like I said, the first part could be create case, so, but it's that second half. That's the one that you should be aware of. Okay. The e-com shopping websites decides to share an update on order acceptance and expected delivery time of the product. Which automation step is most suitable to achieve this objective? Not post to polls. That doesn't really work. Update case doesn't work. I mean, send notification, you know, potentially that, you're in some ways that's what you're doing here. But hmm, is it push notification? I don't think push notification is even the thing. So but at the same time, they're saying, share an update on order acceptance. So that could be update case 2. Hmm, I'm still gonna kind of go with the send notification because, you know, when you have an update on the order acceptance and you need to send the expected delivery time, that's a notification. I mean, if there was like an email here or, create PDF, then that might work as well. Um, the update case, could work for this first part here, but it doesn't necessarily work for the second half of it. So that's why I'm thinking send notification. Yeah, there we go. 100%. All right, and that's going to be it for um, for this particular module. Um, let me get back to the mission here. We're 60% complete in the extended mission. Tomorrow we're going to be attaching PDF files to a case on here. And most likely that's going to be allowing for you to add additional information into the PDF files, so that you can, while you can have them be fairly generic, you can also modify, or if I'm not mistaken, you should be able to modify them to allow for, information to be, you know, placed inside, such as the customer name, you know, invoice data, for example, purchases, you know, the amount that you're, making said purchase, what kind of product you're purchasing, all those kind of things. So that's going to be the challenge for tomorrow. So just wanted to let everybody know about that. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm super late, I'd probably go and do that challenge, but I am. So we're going to move on. Um, Apologies to those of you that are watching this on YouTube and you're like, but I want to move on to the next one. Well, that next video will be out hopefully tomorrow. Um, so look forward to that. But that's it. That's where we're gonna go ahead and end it. So, um, if you're watching this on YouTube, then feel free to do all the normal YouTube stuff. That would be fantastic. Would help the channel out. Um, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I guess you can look back on my first couple of videos and see what exactly I'm talking about. um, if you're brand new to YouTube, then welcome to YouTube. Um, but yeah, all that would be helpful. Uh, check out links in the description. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So we're gonna go ahead and stop the recording right now.